Sagittarius, welcome to your reading. These are general readings. Of course, take what works, leave what doesn't. If I don't catch your storyline here, check your other major placements. And I'm starting with an oracle deck, or a combo of oracle decks, and then we're going to move on to the Muse tarot for a more traditional tarot spread. Yeah. I don't know. I wasn't going to use the Muse tarot, and then I saw it, and it gave this morning, and it gave me such a beautiful jolt of energy. I knew I had to use it. So sometimes want to be, wow, that came out and fluttered around and went right back in. Okay. All right. Interesting. Just Urban Crow. For you, that's it. I'm going to add one of these just right off the top here. Have faith in your dreams, waxing crescent moon. That's from Moonology. Ooh, okay. All right, we've got a whole little darkish scenario here. We've got night, risk, and upheaval. I don't think I've gotten risk before in this whole thing. Upheaval, so this would be sort of our tower moment, something happening, something upheaval, circumstances changing, circumstances coming in with maybe a little bit of force, a little bit of I want to say like torque or volume or something, and changing our situation, changing our stability. We've also got routine here, which also talks about stability and predictability, but something maybe bringing some upheaval to our routines this week, maybe causing a challenge to our faith in our dreams and in what we're doing. So we might be experiencing some upheaval, some disruption to our routine, to what we know, to what's been steady and grounded and a source of stability for us. So we have, it could be this risk. We might be taking a risk that creates a lot of upheaval to our routine, or we might end up being forced to take a risk because of this upheaval. We might have to jump ship and quickly find a solution. So these waves are battering this rock. This crow might get pummeled as much as this clam is going to get pummeled. So we're taking a moment. There might be a moment that opens up where you see your chance and you take that risk, and you've been planning for it, you've been watching it, you've got your tools ready, you know what you need to do, and you go in though and you take a little bit of a risk here with it. There might be an opening. Upheaval for however much we don't like it, however much we hate it and loathe it and want it to go away. Upheaval to our routines can create surprising openings for other energies to come in, for us to switch up the routine, for us to try something new, try something different, and take a risk, right? Because if we've already got upheaval, why not take a risk? It's already, the plan's already shot to hell. Why not try something different that we weren't even thinking of, and taking some kind of risk here? So that's where upheaval, that opening in our routine, that opening in the predictability of our lives can often create an opportunity for us to take a risk that maybe we hadn't thought of before. We have protection. I like this. So, and I like it coming in with this upheaval here. We have this nest, but those eggs are safe in that nest. Okay, so our nest egg is safe. We might have some upheaval to the routine. We might have some upheaval in our home, in our situation, in what we're used to, but those eggs still stay in that nest. This artist didn't depict eggs flying out of that nest and splattering places. That's really gruesome when you really think about it. It's a metaphor for humans. But this egg is still safe. This egg is protected. So even in this upheaval to our routine, we're still experiencing this protection. Something is still protected. Something is safe. We are safe in the midst of this upheaval. And we might take that as sort of an encouragement to take this risk in the midst of any kind of upheaval. The risk might create the upheaval. The sense of protection and safety might give us just the push we need to take this risk, to upheave our lives and our routines. So I'm not getting a clear, probably because this is a general, I'm not getting a clear understanding of whether this upheaval is coming in externally. It is in this picture, but or if you're creating upheaval with your risk taking. So it could be vice versa. The upheaval comes in, you see an opportunity to take a risk, you see an opening to take a risk here, or you take a risk and it creates upheaval, but you know you're safe, you know you're fine and protected, so it's not a big deal. So, so it could be one way or the other. It's probably going to be different. And then we have night here. So things could be feeling a little dark, in which case upheaval seems kind of nice. But this rest period, it's interesting because there's this upheaval, there's this risk. You're protected and you're safe during that. You're protecting your nest egg, you're protecting your interests through this risk and this upheaval. It's a disruption to your routine, but we also have this night. We have a rest time. Yeah, a pause, just like that, demonstrated wonderfully here. We have a pause. There's some sort of rest, some sort of pause. Could be some darkness, finding a place to hunker down through the upheaval that comes in. There's a lot of tension between that rest and that upheaval. That night, I want to say, is scary, but these birds are all pretty safe in their perches. Might be some dark times here, but they've powered it down for them. They're not going to power through those dark times. This also has to do with routine too, because these birds, you know, they leave their homes in the morning and they come back at night. There's a predictability, a stability here. So, you know, they come back at night. So you could be returning this upheaval and then a return to stability and a return to rest. So it could be kind of a wild week, taking some risks, some upheaval, some upheaval of our routines. You're protected and then you return to rest. But having faith in your dreams, even in the midst of this upheaval, in the midst of this this difficulty or this, I mean, we're not seeing battles, we're not seeing wars, we're just seeing upheaval. There's just something that comes in to disrupt the routine. Either because you take a risk or it allows you to see a risk that you can take. This risk might be about protecting your interests. And I like have faith in your dreams too, because we see this dream here, this future protected, and we see them protecting, this couple protecting their future, protecting their nest egg. And we have faith in your dreams. So that to me talks about a dream of the future that's protected throughout all of this, even though there's disruption coming into it. And again, these readings are like on a scale of 1 to 10, right? That not everyone's having this at a 10. And some of y'all may be having it at a 1, you know, like noticeable. Yeah, okay, there was that upheaval. And some of you will be like, holy upheaval, oh my gosh. All right, Sagittarius. This is your past, your present, your inner landscape. What's the issue? Your environment, to-do list, possible outcome. Interesting. These cards have shown up already in the 2 readings I've done with this deck. So Libra got this exact same one. This is about emotional communication, or we've got voices and emotions here. So we've got about emotional communication or thinking about feelings, or some sort of interaction with thinking about feelings. We have longing to create something or longing to be in the right spot, and then actually being able to create order out of chaos to bring something together. That's the overall gist of the reading so far. So we have 10 of voices here. We have a painful situation wrapped up in your past. It was a long, difficult situation. You reached the pinnacle of the painful situation. This could have been just communication that was excruciatingly painful and went on forever. And it's finally done. You're finally over it. You reached the pinnacle of it. There's no more. It's all downhill from here. There's a healing that will be coming in after this. I feel like this 9 of emotions in a way washes away the pain and suffering from this 10 of voices here we have in your past. So you've already been through something really painful, really difficult, really hard to deal with. This could have been the realizations, understanding something, understanding your situation. This could be communication, a very difficult, long, drawn-out communication process that was just just a lot of people hurting each other, that kind of thing. But Ten of Voices is the end of a painful situation. There's no more, that it's done, and you've already finished it. You've already completed it. In your current situation, you have Nine of Emotions. So right now, though, you are sitting on top of the world. You have... you are manifesting, I mean, it sits right above this Magician. You are creating a happiness. You are bringing happiness to every situation that you're in. You have reached sort of a level, you've attained something. Is like, we're having this genie lamp here, which is also coming above the Magician. So you have made some dream come true. You're very proud of it. You're very happy with it. You're sort of sitting in the center of this dream, this vision, this satisfaction. There's a lot of happiness. I feel like, I mean, going from this Ten of Voices, this lowest of the low moment, to this Nine of Emotions, a pretty rock and ride here. We've got, you know, just this grounded energy, being grounded in your emotions, being, yeah, really, I mean, yeah, these peaks haven't receded all the way. They're still here. These jagged peaks that you've been through, these jagged mountains that have torn your feet and hurt you and pierced you. They're not in the far distance. They're right here. They're very close by. We can see them. But in the midst of all of that, we have created some sort of happiness. We've found some sort of happiness. We've chosen our happiness. We've created it. We've gotten very grounded in it. And we're proud of it. It could be like able to see things from different perspectives suddenly. We could be, yeah, we've accomplished and achieved something, and we're pretty proud of where we're sitting. We're happy with where we're at right now. And then I think of Sagittarius as my midheaven, and that's about it. So Night of Inspiration is your hopes, your fears, your inner landscape. So you're hoping for some inspiration. You're hoping for a creative hit. You're hoping for an intuitive hit of where to go next. What now? What's happening next? You're hoping for maybe even some sexual spark here with some situation, with someone. But nights are about communication. They're about movement. You might be hoping for some quick movement. Excited about that. Excited about, I mean, there's just a lot of excitement and celebration here, and you could be really hoping for something exciting to happen, hoping for some movement, hoping for some, I don't know, I really love getting some intuitive hits and getting that sort of ethereal communication in. I love that. That feels really good. So you're looking maybe to create more feel good. You're already in this Nine of Emotions, and you might be looking for more, hoping for more. You know, Nine of Emotions, where it's not the completion of the suit. We've been successful, but there's still more to do. There's still more to accomplish. So you're looking for inspiration or inspired communication, exciting communication. You're either looking to communicate it, or you're looking to it could be this risk card here with this risk. Knight of Inspiration, definitely willing to take risks. In fact, rash and risk sit in the same spot with Knight of Inspiration. Rash, risk, impulsivity, and intuition, all right there with this Knight of Inspiration. The upheaval, I mean, I was just reading it like, this is not a good upheaval. It's an upheaval to our routine, but you might actually be hoping for this upheaval. It could be a good upheaval, right? I am not a routine fan, so I'm always like excited about excitement and hoping for something exciting to happen. I'm not a fan of routine myself. So upheaval to the routine, you could actually want that. I mean, this depicts it as bad, but if we're just looking at the concept itself, you could be wanting it. You could be fearing it too, right? Because the Knight of Inspiration can be rash and can be impulsive. So you might be worried about rash and impulsive, but hoping, or on the flip side, hoping for brave and intuitive, right? Risky, a good risk. But yeah, so this Knight of Inspiration, you could actually be worried about it too. It looks so exciting here, but you could be not that sort that likes that level of excitement. And then what's at issue here is this reverse star card. There's nothing here that's like telling you you're exactly where you need to be. You'd like to feel that way, or you'd like to get some recognition. There's no recognition for what you've done. Going from this 10 of voices to this 9 of emotions is like excruciatingly painful situation and communication to finding your centered happiness within that. I mean, that's king behavior, and maybe you haven't been recognized for that. I mean, even the tarot doesn't have like a king sitting in here. There's no recognition here. And there's not really a sense of that. I mean, this could be what you're hoping for with this Night of Inspiration, is some sort of communication from the universe that you're exactly where you need to be, that you're right. Like, this is have faith in your dreams. Yeah, you're going to have faith because it's not particularly obvious that they're coming true. So this is continuing to have faith, and this is like, I don't see it happening. I do not see this happening. I'm longing for something to happen, but I just don't see it happening. And not being able to see that vision, not feeling like you're right where you need to be, not getting that feedback from the universe, not seeing those coincidences that help you feel like you're right where you need to be, just not seeing that right now. In your environment, we have 2 voices. This is, I was just like, you're just not seeing that. This is something in your environment that's not seeing something. Sorry, my phone is being a phone. It's a multi-purpose instrument, and sometimes other purposes pop out. So it'd be like having a Swiss Army knife and you're trying to use the corkscrew, and then suddenly the scissors pops out and you're like, ouch, thank you. That's actually not very helpful right now. It's the opposite of helpful. Anyway, smartphones, they do a lot of things, and they do a lot of things on their own. So we have this 2 of voices. We have, so the 1 of voices is like this epiphany, this understanding. And the 2 of voices is sort of the denial. Like, I did not just hear that. I did not just see that. I did not just experience that. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know how this is working. I can't see what's going on. I didn't see that. So there's some stubborn denial energy here in your environment. Someone in your environment may be in denial about the level of upheaval. Yeah, I do see this Night of Inspiration as risk. So it gets a little scattered at some point sometimes. So this risk is this Night of Inspiration, that risk there. 2 of voices. This is denial, refusal to see the truth. Maybe there's been some upheaval and somebody here doesn't want to admit that the tree is gone and your nest has fallen. Someone doesn't want to see that. So there's some sort of denial here, a refusal to see, a refusal to move towards something. It's like it doesn't even matter. This is happening anyway because it's the 2 of voices. We've had some sort of understanding, some sort of communication, and we're just not ready yet. Or somebody here or some part of the situation isn't ready to really embrace that understanding, and it's just, I don't want to see it. I don't want to look at it. I'm not ready yet, which is fine, right? We've all got to process. I mean, it's fine to a certain extent, but there's somebody here that's very stubborn and in kind of denial about what's going on here, about what's happening. They might actually be in denial of how painful the past situation is. Maybe that's why you're not getting the recognition, is because no one really realized, because this 2 of voices is sitting under the 10 of voices. So this past situation was very painful. 2 of voices could be no one acknowledging that was painful. No one seeing how painful that was. No one seeing what you went through, or just pretending that it wasn't that bad. It almost feels like someone being like, oh, it wasn't that bad. I don't know why you need recognition for that. It wasn't that bad. So you may have experienced some upheaval here, and no one's really realizing that you've recovered from that, or everything that's been done. Some sort of truth has been exposed, and somebody doesn't want to look at it. They don't want to see it. There's a reality here that they're not able to embrace and then accept and move on, right? Because a lot of our troubles can come from not agreeing with reality. Like, okay, that I don't want that to be true, so I'm going to argue with you and debate about it and tell you that it's not true. So there could be some gaslighting going on here too, about it wasn't that bad, it wasn't that big of a deal. And you're like, oh, okay, what's a big deal? So there's also this magic here. So there's this denial of pain, possibly denial of truth, and then there's also this magic here where we're going to be able to transform the situation. Your to-do list is the magician, bringing chaos into order, creating something that you want. And I'm seeing this with this upheaval, this risk, and being able to create something out of that, right? The magician is here saying, hey, you've made stuff happen in your life before. You can make something happen again. You've got all the elements here. They're all here. No, well, we don't have coins here, but they're all here. You've got the elements. They're coming together. Everything's coming together and creating an opening, creating a moment for you, I think, to take this risk. It's creating an opening in sort of the reality, in sort of, yeah, an opening being created in your reality where the bolt of lightning comes in and it's going to be able to bring your little monster you've been piecing together to life. Although let's just leave that metaphor right there and not go into the whole story of Frankenstein's monster and all the ramifications. But we're just, that lightning is going to strike. You've already done a bunch of work. You've already prepared. You've already assembled everything you need to assemble here. And an opening is going to come in for you to pull that all together and create something that you've been looking to create. It's because you have already assembled all the pieces. Whether knowing it or not, you have been working towards something, and an opportunity comes in, I think, for you to take this risk, to bring something all together. There's an opening. We have another opening here in the Seven of Emotions. Seven of Emotions is your to-do list, where you're headed. This is looking, this could be overthinking things. Just grab the fish that calls to you. Don't worry about it. Overthinking things, putting mind over emotion, really, putting overthinking things. When there's something very intuitively, it's sitting right underneath this Knight of Inspiration, which is about intuitive communication. So there's something intuitive here. You might want to overthink it. There might be a lot of options in the future. This opening and sort of the fabric of the universe for you to be able to create and bring together everything. It sounds much more magical and mystical than it probably is going to feel or be in the moment. But there is like this moment that opens things up for you to take a risk. But in that, there might be overwhelming options. You might want to overthink things. You might like start debating because something has to be chosen. And there's definitely a chosen one, a chosen thing that you wanted, that you knew you wanted, that you tried to manifest. And then when it comes out, it could be like, oh gosh, do I really want that? Or do I want this? Or do I want that? Like, do I really want this? So there could be some doubt and some overthinking that once you manifest it and bring it into creation here, is that really the one you want? And you might start looking at other options. So it's like, if you're about to get married and starting to, think about, well, that guy's kind of cute. Maybe I'll date him. Like you've already gotten something that you wanted, presumably, or it's already happening. And then you start like overthinking it and like realizing that one decision cuts off other options and other choices. So you might start rethinking about those options and those choices, even though you've put a lot of work into manifesting something. Or it could just be very emotionally overwhelming and confusing. There might be some confusing emotions, because when we do create something, when we do close a door to open another door, when we do cross a threshold, we can miss what we had. We can miss things. There can be like a lot of confusing emotions here that can, even though we wanted this, there could be like an array of just kind of confusing emotions of like, okay, now that I have it, do I really still want it? What just happened? I miss the way my life used to be. This could be creating this upheaval here, a good upheaval, getting what you want, but then missing the disruption to your routine. Yeah. All right, Sagittarius. So I hope that that's helpful for you. Thank you so much for your likes and your comments and your subscribes.